Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public on family law issues. So please subscribe to our channel. So you find out that the man you're married to is actually married to someone else. Maybe in a different state, maybe in a different country, but he's still married. What do you do about that? Well, as you know, your instincts will tell you that at this day and age, in this time, in this place, you can't be married to two people at once. Certainly not in the state of Michigan. It's what they call bigamy or polygamy, and it's been outlawed. How can this happen? How can people in this day and age end up being ensnared in that situation where they're married and then while being married they marry somebody else? Now, it can be a con, it can be a fraud that someone's perpetrating, but I will tell you, in the context of what we've experienced here at the firm, it's usually not that insidious. It's usually something like this. I'm going to give you an example based on an actual live story. Two people are married, it's not working out, they're young, they're 20 years old. It doesn't work out, wife says she's going to leave. Husband says he'll take care of everything. He serves her with a complaint for divorce so she knows he's taking care of everything. Then they move on. She moves away. He moves away. She ends up leaving town for a while and going back to school. Maybe she graduates. Ultimately, she comes back to the state of Michigan and she meets a nice guy and they get married and they have children and the children grow up and they have children and they're getting ready to retire. Everything's beautiful. She decides that she's going to check the status of her Social Security, and they want to find out how many credits she has towards Social Security, how much from this, and they ask her, were you ever married before? Maybe you have some credits coming from that relationship, whatever, and she indicates to them that she was many years ago. And so in doing the research, they find that there was a complaint for divorce filed many, many years ago, but that first ex-boyfriend, first ex-husband, while he filed the complaint for divorce, he never did anything to finalize. He let it be. He neglected it like he probably neglects a lot of important things. And you know what? The court dismissed that case for non-progress. Now she, being a young person without any experience, she never checked it out. She presumed he was taking care of it. Well, guess what? He didn't. And you know what happened? She married another guy and had that other family and has kids and maybe grandchildren. And her second marriage, which may have gone for 35 years, is not really valid. Why? Because she was married to the other guy. So what do you do about that? Well, in situations like that where you find out that you're technically married because many, many years ago somebody neglected to file something, the first thing you got to find out is the guy even still alive? If the guy is not alive anymore, then you don't need to get a divorce because you're technically a surviving spouse. But the marriage that you had, that second marriage, still not valid because it was commenced at a time when you were technically married to someone else. Now you got to find out if he's no longer alive. Is it possible he died before you got married? Well, that would make it perfect. But odds are, in the scenario that I told you about and in the reality of that case, that guy was still alive, which meant that whole second marriage, long though it may have been, was invalid. So what actually needs to be done, that divorce has to be finalized, the second marriage has to be nullified, and then they can remarry and move on. But you can imagine the technicalities associated with this. All these children were born, they were technically born out of wedlock because they weren't a product of a legal marriage. All sorts of things go on in a deal like that. So all I'm trying to say is in this situation, it's very fact specific as to what the remedy is going to be. It's possible that the remedy may be some sort of annulment of the first marriage, some sort of a divorce from the first marriage and a remarriage, a filing a motion to set aside the original dismissal and have that divorce go through, although there are other problems associated with that. Every case is going to depend on the facts of that particular case. So if you're in a situation like that, you want some guidance, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.